If you're an intuitive and you want to build your own intuitive business, your spiritual business, these are the 5 core ingredients that you need, that I wish I knew, that nobody was explaining when I started my journey, spiritual online content creation, around 6 years ago now, and making money from it, right? So I would literally Google, and if this is you, I'm here to fill that gap for you. So if you're Googling how to build a spiritual business and you're not finding like that blueprint, this is what this video is going to be. And I've literally written down my notes over here of like the download that came through this morning, because this is the work that you're also going to be doing, right? If you're an intuitive creator, if you're a spiritual being, the way in which business works for you will be very, very different than the way business works for the way we see in the world. And it goes even deeper if you're a projector or a reflector or your specific unique type that is not in human design, that is not a manifesting generator or generator. Like those of you who know, you know. And I have done a how to build your spiritual business video before, and I'll link it up here. But this video is going even more deeper, and each year I'm going to create the same video time and time again. Why? Because every year I evolve myself and my business. I evolve myself and my offers. I evolve myself and the way I show up online. And so it's really, really important for me to keep sharing this how to build an intuitive business with you, because each video will have some sort of mindset shift, some transmission, some activation, some gold in there that might have not been there the previous year. And so each time, whenever you're finding this video, you can just dive deep into all of those videos to make sure you get all the gold for your intuitive business journey. Okay, so the 5 ingredients for creating your intuition-based business or your spiritual business online. And this is what I'm liking to call the intuitive business model, okay? Because it's literally a model, and this is the framework that I use time and time again. It doesn't matter if it was year 1 in my business, I use this process. If it was year 2, year 3, year 4, and this year again, I am back using the same framework, and I know it works because each time it's a new offer, it's a new price point, and it sells out because I follow these frameworks, right? And this framework is something that's not like a system or a blueprint or a template. It's not strategy, as you like to say. It's literally just like a map, and you apply it to your business and yourself the way it works for you and your unique energy. And that's why it's so freaking beautiful, because I know that this is the stuff that I do with my clients in our containers together and in our one-to-ones, right? This is something that you can take to a big business, and with companies, this is the same thing. I worked with a millionaire. And I know I'm going off topic here, but I just want to throw in a bit of a story here as to, I worked with a millionaire client, and these were the core frameworks that I saw her business missing. And she started to implement them straight away. Like literally the moment that I was sharing it, she was like, yeah. This is the key, right? But sometimes even the millionaires, the billionaires, the ones who are doing the intuitive business models, they forget how and why they started this thing in the first place. And they forget part of these ingredients along the way. This is why they reach burnout. Like I've worked with millionaires who are so burnt out, they forget their roots and they hate what they end up doing. They literally hate what they've built. Whereas the whole point of them starting their spiritual business, like you watching this, was from passion, was for freedom, right? And they end up building this thing that they absolutely hate. Why? Because they along the journey, they somewhere started trusting their logic more than their intuition, and they forget the intuitive part, right? So this is really, really important. And starting off with, number 1 is your intuition. So the first ingredient in the intuitive business model is your intuition. Now, there's a couple of things, 3 points that I want to make when it comes to your intuition, right? Number 1, you have to. There is no getting around this. You have to know yourself, which includes knowing how your intuition works, how your intuition is channeling through you, because each one of us, and this is why I keep guiding my clients back to their human design charts and their astrology charts, because this is where I get to see, oh, this is how your intuition's speaking to you. And so it allows them to practice deeper connection to that intuition, right? Because intuition is like a muscle. And I've said this, and I'll keep saying this in multiple videos of mine. Those of you who are here for the long-term game, you will literally realize, oh my God, Janie just keeps banging on about this intuition. It's like, that is my bread and butter. Like that is a lifeline. So I want you to start looking at your intuition as your lifeline for your business. If you lose that contact with your intuition, you lose your money-making capacities, okay? Or it drops at least in half, or you lose the ability to make it from ease and flow. Because we can all make money from logic, let's be real. I've had jobs where I've had corporate stuff, I've hustled for it, I've worked hard, I've done door-to-door like sales knocking as well. I know what it looks like and feels like in my body to make sales from logic. And I also know how fucking easy and how beautiful and blissful it gets to be when I make money from my intuition. And I will choose intuition time and time again because there's no burnout involved. There's no stress involved. There's just ease. It's pure ease, fun, and joy. And that's what I choose time and time again. So if that's the business model you're looking for, you don't want to be coming into your logical brain. You want to be coming into your intuitive muscle. Okay. So you have to start training that muscle. If you have not even discovered your intuition right now and you don't know how it fucking works to you, that's the work to be done. Well, Janie, how do you do this? I'll do a separate video on this. But the first thing that you want to be doing is like checking out your human design, tracing back into your childhood memories of when did I have an intuitive like reaction to things where it was just a gut-based feeling or a knowingness that came into your body? And where did I not listen to it? And how did that result in my life? Like, I have so many examples of my intuitive practices where I had downloads and I was not listening to them and it landed me in trouble, versus the times where my intuition told me something, I listened to it and it resulted in pure magic, money coming into my business. So this is literally the big thing. And that's why it's the first ingredient is literally learning who you are on your intuitive level. That's the key first point, right? You have to learn. Once you've learned, the second thing that you want to move into is practicing opening up your intuition, because like a muscle, intuition gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and it can get weaker and weaker and weaker, depending on how much you're practicing with it. So once you know, okay, for me, for example, I'm a projector and I'm self-projected, which means I have to soundboard my intuition. I can only hear what my intuitive guidance is telling me when I speak, which is why YouTube is so perfect for me. TikTok is so perfect for me. The way I run my programs, like Unfiltered and Reborn and all of the things you can see in the description link below, those of you who work with me, everything is done through voice predominantly, because my voice is an activation. It's a transmission. It speaks to the subconscious mind. And it also allows me to channel my intuitivity. So that's my key, but it might not be your key. Yours is very different and unique and special and specific to you. Okay. And so you need to learn your unique way. Again, this is the stuff that we do. So intuition, number one, learning how yours works. Number two, opening it up to be a receiver, because we are all frequency energetic beings. And so just like a radio station, we need to open and tune our frequency in so we can receive the right downloads for ourselves, right? And for our business. And the third thing is keep practicing. I want you to have a daily practice where you access your intuition on a regular basis. Just like when we have a fitness goal, we take ourselves to the gym almost every day. So again, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, try and access your intuition, even if it's 5 minutes a day. It can be 1 minute a day, whatever the thing, but at least you're doing it every day. That will start to develop this discipline and this connection to your intuition and builds that self-trust, because that's the most important thing that you can do for your business. Okay. So that is ingredient number one. Let me know in the comments as well if you know how your intuition works to you. Like, I would love to know all these things. If you know your human design as well, drop me a comment. Like, I'm getting to know you guys, and let me know like what your human design type is and all that stuff. And sometimes I'll just reply and just give you insights as well on like my reading of you. So that's ingredient number one. The second thing that you want to do for your intuitive business model is the intuitive inspired action. Now, it's not just action. Again, we're moving from the logical mind, because we can take action that we force, right? Anything that we do with our willpower that we force through is logical mind. It's not intuitive inspired action. So I'm gonna really dive into the words I'm choosing to say here for the business model part of it, because I'm not telling you to take forced action. That is not what I'm doing at all here. I'm telling you to take intuitive, inspired action, which means number one ingredient is your intuition. The moment that you start practicing your intuition and you set intentions with, this is what I want to build in my business, I'm going to wait and receive and open myself up as a channel for the download to drop in my body. When that intuitive sense of yours picks up the information and gives you what you need, because sometimes it can take months, you guys. This is the other thing, right? Sometimes your intuition won't speak to you straight away. It can take like 2 or 3 months because you're in a cocoon period. The law of the divine timing plays a big part here, where we have to surrender. We have to trust that it's not our time yet, but the time will come. And that's where, again, a big part of this ingredient as well later down in this video, I'm going to talk about that. But for now, you have to take intuitively inspired action. So the download will drop into your body, and you have to then go and take action on that idea, because the intuition is literally giving you a thought, right? So this is how it works. It'll drop into your body. It'll be a feeling, a thought, an emotion, some sort of idea that you can take action on. If you do not take action, the thing's not going to get built. Like, we don't live in that era of the magic wand. The magic is the download and then you taking action on it. That's where the magic is at, in the action. So you have to go and do. Okay. Now, if you're a projector like me, the doing looks more like being as well. So sometimes I will receive the download and it will be like, ooh, I just want to throw myself into like creation. Creation is still being for projectors. Okay. So don't make excuses for yourself. Like I've seen projectors do this. I've done it myself. I'm not there anymore, but we can make excuses for ourselves when we learn that we're a projector in human design. And it's like, oh, we don't have the energy to do so-and-so, so I'm just not going to do anything. It's like, no, we're still here to share our insights. We're here to share our wisdom. And that can only come from learning and throwing ourselves into creating to put ourselves out there. We're still here to be visible. We're still here to share our mission, our voice, and all of that stuff, right? Depending on where we've got that center to share from. So some of us, like if we're splenic projectors, we might have more movement in our body where we can show yoga and we can do things a different way. For me, I'm colored in my design, in my throat, and my IMG center, which is identity. So I can constantly share through my voice. I have constant access to my voice and channeling all the wisdom. So that's my job, like as a projector, right? So you have to take intuitive action to come online or to do the thing in your business and share the thing. If you're not willing to do that, then why are you even in business? Like, seriously, you have to still do the work, but I like to call it play because it doesn't feel like work. That's the difference, right? So intuitively inspired action is the second ingredient. You cannot get away from this. You try to run away from this, you literally just keep seeing stagnant results and then wonder why you're not making money in your business. This is why. You're in your head and you're not in the embodiment of taking action on the inspired action, inspired intuitive download that came through to you. The third thing, and this is so juicy, it's so good, because I did not do this in the first couple of years. Like I did it very unconsciously. This is the thing. I did it really unconsciously, and it's relaxation. We have to have the ability to relax our nervous system because we are so conditioned to go, 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 go. The culture that we've lived in, the society that we've lived in, it's taught us to build businesses, to work for jobs, constantly 40-hour work weeks. Like 40 hours of your time is being spent in working and hustling. And so when it comes to intuitive businesses, we're kind of like in this space of, oh, we have to grind. But guess what? When you are intuitive, your body needs to relax to receive the downloads. You need to be in your feminine space. And if you're not allowing your body to rest, you're going to really struggle with the first part of this process of receiving your intuitive download. So relaxation, and when I say relaxation, I really want you to spend time, and this is for your business, and this is what I do, spending a lot of time now, regulating my nervous system. The nervous system is what picks up the noise from around us, and we start to fuel ourselves with that as food, okay? And this blocks our receiving energy from our intuition if we're not careful. So as an example of this, if you're constantly in survival mode is literally just going to work, coming home, feeling exhausted because you've used all your energy. Instead of looking after your body, feeding it the right foods, not feeding it junk food, taking a walk in the day, moving your body, stretching it, eating nourishing foods like juicing, all of the things that you need to do, breath work, then your body is going to be in fight or flight mode, right? And it's like, oh, I need this for money. I need this. Like all of those are fears. They're not real. They're the illusion of survival. And you will be operating from that space. Your frequency will also be signaling out that to the universe. That blocks your intuition so deeply, I can't even explain to you. So regulating your nervous system opens up more money to flow into you because your body is safe, right? It's perceiving it as safety. And so relaxation and nervous system regulation is a key part of my process now, where I don't go a day without doing it. Like my mornings and my evenings, and even in the day when I need to, I'll take a nap and I will regulate by doing breath work. I do the yoms, I do chakra meditations, I will just do deep belly breath breathing, like to the vagus nerves, like regulation, all of that good stuff, right? And this is like part of the ingredients of the intuitive business model, because the more you are self-regulated, the more the universe opens up and delivers to you more stuff, because it knows that you're a vessel that is able to receive without fearing, oh no, I need this money and I'm desperate and I'm clutching onto it. And money likes to be circulated. Everything in business that you do needs to be circulated, right? Whether it's savings and then investing later down the line, or investing in itself and then making your money work for you, or whether it's investing in yourself and buying more courses and more learning tools to help you bridge more and more gaps and become better and better and better and become the highest version of yourself. Like the universe needs to know that you have that capacity within yourself to trust, and that's the frequency. That's what you want to be stepping into. And the only way to get there without burnout, without bitterness, without resentment, without stress, is to regulate your nervous system at every moment. So again, like intuition, you want to be building in this practice every single day into your body so that your body can hold what you're trying to teach your mind, right? So as soon as your mind is like, oh, this is my next income goal, your body will freak out because the subconscious mind works with ceilings, especially when it comes to money. And we need to be able to lift the roof off of that. The way through that is to work on any body trauma that we've stored. So money always has some sort of story tied to it. And until we subconsciously start to shift that, it's kind of hard for our body to hold that into our space. This is why we hear the stories of so many millionaires make cash and then they lose it the moment that they've won it. But why? Because their nervous system's not built and it's not ready. It doesn't perceive it. Even though their logical mind is like, yeah, I really want this money, the subconscious is like, oh no, we're not used to this. Like, this feels scary, so let's get rid of it. And they spend it all. It's just like back to broke again. So it's really, really important. Relaxation is a big, big part of the intuitive business model. The fourth ingredient for the intuitive business model is learning. You have to want to learn. You have to be, if I look at all the businesses in the world, and if you take a look at all the businesses in the world around you, you will see that some businesses who have been there for years, like in the UK, I can give Woolworths, like Woolworths is one of them. Who else? There's another one that just went down recently. Anyway, you get these big companies who have been there for years, and suddenly you see all of their shops shutting down out of the blue, going, they've gone into administration, they've gone into recession, basically, in their business, right? They cannot afford to stay a business anymore. And this tends to happen because either the top people in the management have stopped growing, they've stopped evolving, and you can only grow and evolve when you learn new things and you allow yourself to learn those things and grow into those spaces. So it's, if you are your business, and most intuitives are building businesses, it doesn't matter if you've got products, it doesn't matter if you are the brand or not the brand of the business, but if you are not learning new skills, if you're not allowing your team to learn new skills, if you're not bringing in new energy to evolve the company, the vision, the mission, then you will hit stagnation. And this is why the part of the intuitive business model is each time that you feel like there's something new that's about to be birthed, you have to allow it to come through, as challenging as it may be, as hard as you might feel like it is, because you're learning new skills. That's where the growth is at. That's where the magic is at. That is where your next elevation is at. So always, always, always be learning new skills. Always be open to evolving and growing both yourself, your products, your business, your team, everything in that comes under the umbrella of your business. You need to be learning all the skills. Like, I had to learn about managing money. Even though I thought it was so bloody boring, I was just like, right, okay, I really need to get a grip on this. And now it's become a fun thing because I made it fun. I was like, how can I make this fucking fun? Like, it gets to be fun. But if we don't view it from that lens, then everything will feel a bit like, ugh, ick, right? And then it's like, are you actually in business because you actually want this life for yourself? Or you're just telling yourself that because you think it's like a quick win or whatever? It's just like, business is never going to be a quick, easy win. It's a long, lifelong journey. And more so if you're an intuitive business owner or wanting to step into this path, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to give you the BS. Like, that's not my thing. The people who come into my world, they hire me and they work with me because I give fucking truth. That's my speciality. I don't bullshit because I see all the blocks, and that's the shit that we have to clear up to elevate, to get to that next level, right? So keep learning, keep being the eternal student, and master new skills all the time, because that's going to keep you and your business so abundant you can't even acknowledge. Like, and anytime that you feel like money is taken away from you, guess what? You have so many fucking skills in your back pocket that money will always just naturally be drawn to you because you have the skills to draw it to you, to magnetize it to you, okay? And the last and final ingredient for your intuitive business model is, have a guess. Before I actually say this, don't skip, don't try and cheat here, but drop it in the comments what you think it's going to be before I'm going to give you like a second here. Drop it, type it. What do you think this final fast? It's funny because you'll see in a minute. Funny that came out my mouth, but drop in the comments, what do you think this last ingredient is going to be? Let's play a game. Pause this video while you write it and then come back and check. This is, again, practice with your intuition, okay? This is so fun. It's just landed. Anyway, if you want to have fun with it, drop it below. Don't just like do it and then just be like, listen to it and then be like, oh, because you're just cheating yourself. Like, if you do that, it's not for me. This practice is for you. So test your intuition, and I'll throw a few stuff like this in more of my videos so you can practice. But this is the type of practice you want to do, like guessing games, right? To allow your intuition to really speak to you and give you the facts. So the final, if you got it right, you're amazing. Your intuition is spot on, and you need to just keep developing that to keep it strong, right? If not, you just got more work to do, and that's fine. Keep learning, keep elevating. It's all good. We all start there, right? And I have to do this too. Like sometimes I get it wrong. I don't always get it fucking right. And that's part of the skill of like, oh, I need to get back onto my intuition game. I'm letting it slide a bit. Yeah. So the final ingredient for your intuitive business model is patience. Now, I know you're probably like me where you're sitting there going, oh, I do not want to hear that. But I'm telling you, if you can adopt the long-term vision, you are going to be so much more successful, and this journey is going to be so much more fucking enjoyable, because I did not have this for a long, long time in my business. I was just short-term goals, short-term, and I was just making quick cash here and there, right? It's only this year that I truly, fully stepped into the longer-term vision, my mission, my why, the drive, and where and what my legacy is and what I'm trying to achieve, which is why my legacy offers dropped through me this year. It didn't drop through me in year 1. It didn't drop through me in year 2, year 3, year 4. Why? Because I wasn't stepping into the energy of long-term vision. I started there, but it still was an experiment, and it was kind of like this journey of an adventure versus this is my fucking legacy, and I know I'm here to do this. Like, I know there's nobody else who can do it better than I can, and this is my space. So I had to really move my mindset into this is the long-term vision. It's not about money coming in. It's not about like, yes, money is a byproduct of this. It naturally happens. It always has done. And which is why, even though I wasn't setting out to build this business, it became a business because of just me being me. Okay, so if you're specifically intentionally trying to build a business, then yeah, you're here for the money, you're here for the freedom. Those are all byproducts of you being you and sharing passionately your long-term vision. So patience has to be cultivated. You don't get instant things straight away. And that's part of, again, with the money game. And I'll do another video. Comment below if you want me to do this. But holding space for money involves this patience game. And that is the signal to your body that you are safe, you know that money is coming, and you trust the timing of when it's going to arrive. That's not our job. Like, the patience part is such a big, big thing. You don't know when anything's going to pop off, but that's not your responsibility. That's not your job. Your focus and your job is simply to be in the game long term and to pour out and to focus on the 4 first ingredients that I told you about, and to rinse and repeat until you get better and better and better, and you see more and more of the universe just providing all the abundance around you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely drop me a comment if you got the patience ingredient. And I was laughing because I said fast, and it's like the opposite of patience, which was the thing, if you know what I meant earlier. Anyway, lots of love. Catch you in the next video. And those of you who want to come work with me, the link is dropped below. Mwah.